All right, so here we are. This is chapter 9. That's where I left off. I wanted to say that this chapter and even the last chapter, I started. My last review was at finishing chapter 7, and so chapter 8. I usually try to finish up a few more chapters, but I just was excited about this chapter in particular, and even the previous chapter as well. The previous chapter is about they go out and I believe I would say they get their first like physical human suspect, and his name's Caxton, Mr. Caxton, something like that. And I believe I must have spoke about this, but it's just basically, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's they actually get to interrogate somebody who was involved, like their first like I said, like their first physical suspect, and he is a guy who was married to this victim, if I'm not mistaken. There's a bug on here, and he has like many art. He has a lot of art collections of like paintings of the lady and other stuff too. It's like a pretty fancy place. So that's pretty much it. It just basically describes in detail like the interrogation, and like I would say, just so you know, I'm not like making it up or spark notes. And it's they speak to, I believe, somebody who was married to the victim and all that stuff I was talking to you about. But then they interrogate him and this and that. And this chapter, the reason I wanted to speak on it is because it's very fun. It like reminds me of like cop shows that like are nor here nor there. Like sometimes I like cop shows, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I watch Judge Joe Brown, Judge Judy, Judge all the other ones and stuff, and it's really funny, or it's like, what I'm saying, it's kind of like a cool thing they already been thought of, like to say, like do court cases that were funny, or like a celebrity judge. But even just normal stuff like having gone to court for somebody else to show support, or court for a ticket or something, it's just funny. But like this one is really like all included, like like the experience of all that stuff. And so like I'm just laughing because like this chapter is let me see, like they're looking for affidavits, and they're like trying to figure out like there's parts about how the dogs get involved, and they explain how the dogs help, and like how do they teach them. They saying it's like some artificial spray, and it like helps them like compare the smells of this and that, like two different things, so to speak, and like maybe like somebody like some type of DNA or something. They can sniff out DNA and stuff like that pretty well. A lot of talk about court, and they're trying to see who they're gonna pick for like the next, like the further investigation, further interrogations and stuff. And there's some people that are like they have court that day, so they can't right now. They got to see it till like maybe wait till later. And then I believe this one right here says yes, this one right here is when they get the dog to do a little bit of the work they do, and they're trying to get a warrant. So the warrant is being created on the computer, and they're trying to get a warrant to start, checking out things with the permission of the courts rather than a actual person and stuff like that. So it was really cool. I wish I could explain it more than that and get you more in detail, but that right there should get you, you know, interested in inquiring about it, about how the court process is. See, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it right there. It says court again. Like it's very, very cool. Like just like CSI, one of those cool shows. You know what I mean? Like, and there's plenty of that cop show vibe in here. You know what I mean? Like all the different people and the different branches and different positions and whatnot. You know, kind of like getting the job done, and they got plenty of stuff to do. It's not just like these however many people can go out there and save the day every day and stuff. It's like a little bit more involved with a lot of stuff that has to do with all of that stuff. Court, like I said right here, I don't know if you can see it. My phone is a little bit rough right now, but it says arraignment. Like they said arraignment a few times. NYPD court is probably courts on here somewhere too. Stuff like that, so you can see. And I just wanted to update y'all, and that's one of my favorite things I got going on right now. So happy summer, y'all. It's really nice out. Look, y'all.